Good morning. I am Mayor Christine Marico, and I am profoundly honored to extend a warm and sincere welcome to all of you gathered here in the heart of the borough of Glen Rock. I am filled with immense pride in the fact that Governor Murphy has chosen our special community to host this bill signing today. And I need to acknowledge some distinguished guests who are gathered here from Bergen. I have Senator Joe Lagana, Assemblywoman Swain, Assemblyman Tully. We have our commissioners. I always have to stop and remember. Jermaine, Mary, Tracy Zer. Hi. Oh my God, I'm blanking, sorry. Joan Voss, the incomparable Joan Voss. She's hiding in the back. And then of course I have my Glen Rock. Yes. And then I have my incomparable, accomplished councilwomen, Paula Gilligan, Amy Martin, Teresa Gilbreth, Mary Bargetto, and Jill Orlick here today. Who did I? Oh, and Senator Nellie Poe. Oh, I'm going to mention you later, though, so thank you. At this time, Glen Rock stands as a shining model of progress. We are a place where our forward-thinking community elected the only all-female governing body in the great state of New Jersey. We are proud to be diverse in thought and unified in action as we work towards a future for our community. But today we are gathered not just to celebrate the legislation in Bill S-3275, we come together to honor its powerful symbol of progress and is a testament to unwavering commitment to a future where women have the freedom and, more importantly, access to make informed choices about their reproductive health care. Here in Glen Rock, our dynamic female leadership uniquely understands the multifaceted struggles that women face, as both women and mothers, with regard to understanding our rights, navigating the complexities of state laws, and securing protections that New Jersey affords to cover over 4.5 million women in this state. This bill provides a clear roadmap for delivering the necessary information that we as women need. In a time filled with uncertainty, it is paramount to emphasize that women's rights are undeniably human rights. And it is our shared responsibility to protect and to champion those rights. Furthermore, our esteemed sponsors have elevated this commitment to new heights by enshrining it in law. I wish to thank sponsors Senator Nellie Poe, Senator Nick Scutari, Senator Teresa Ruiz, Senator Troy Singleton, Representative Shonda Sumter, Representative Verlina Jackson, Representative Mila Jacey, Representative Shanique Spite, Representative Angela McKnight, and LD's own and my friend, Assemblywoman Lisa Swain. Thank you, Lisa. Your vigilant attention to our community's needs and the broader state at large, coupled with your resolute dedication to transforming these words into law and, more importantly, meaningful action, and your tireless efforts to secure the necessary funding all serve as a testament to your commitment to a more equitable and a more just future. You have set a standard for the kind of leadership that both our communities and our state wholeheartedly deserve. We are so lucky to have you. And now it is my great honor and my privilege to invite the distinguished Governor of New Jersey, Phil Murphy, who has always prioritized women's health, along with First Lady Tammy Murphy. And on a personal note, Governor, I wish to thank you for your continued protection of fertility services, without which I would not become a mom to those two amazing children that you just met backstage earlier. So thank you and welcome, Governor.
Thank you, Christine, who is a dear friend, for your generous words. You and I were just hanging out in your office with your two precious 10-year-olds, and it's an incredible honor to be here today. Looking also at your cool seal as I was listening to you speak. Glen Rock rocks. And as you rightfully pointed out, Glen Rock has made headlines in history when it became the only municipality in our state to be led entirely by women. How cool is that? This community is a living testament to the power of dedicated female leadership. And I must say, wouldn't the world be in a lot better shape if we could say the same for the United States Supreme Court? And sadly, that is not the case, because the tragic reality is that right now there is a right-wing majority on our nation's highest court that is actively hostile to the needs of our nation's women and families. And that is why this morning I am proud to be joined by a stellar group of champions who are fighting back. We already heard from the names rattle off on your extraordinary counsel, Christine, so again, hats off to that team. The commissioners, Mary, Jermaine, Tracy, and Joan. Bless you and your fellow commissioners, Joe, Lisa, and Chris from the Rockin' 38th. It's an honor to be with you today. From our administration, my partner in government, the Rockin' Lieutenant Governor Tahisha Way is in the house. We have the Director of the Office of Homeland Security and Preparedness, Lori Duran, is with us. Shamelessly fishing for applause here. The Commissioner of the Department of Human Services, Sarah Edelman, is in the house. The Acting Commissioner at the Department of Banking and Insurance, Justin Zimmerman, is with us. Justin. We will hear from her in a few minutes, the Policy Director with the ACLU of New Jersey, Sarah Fajardo. Sarah, great to have you. Robin, is Robin Ford here? Robin, where are you? Robin, beside Joan. I've got a little bit of a vortex going there. I apologize. From the Department of Health is with us, Acting Commissioner. I mentioned Joe, Lisa, and Chris. I want to give a big shout out. Nellie and I got dressed under the same dress code today. Senator Nellie Poe, Assemblywoman to her left, Shavonda Sumter, is in the house. And my best buddy, my wife of almost 30 years, the First Lady of the great state of New Jersey, Tammy Murphy. My wife of almost 30 years, we just celebrated our 29th 2 months ago, so I guess in the overall scheme of the history of man, it's almost 30 years, but not quite. So just 2 weeks ago, in our state's capital, I stood alongside many of the folks here today, actually, to declare that New Jersey is and always will be a safe haven for reproductive health care, period. Well, today we are thank you. Today we are backing those words up with action. And we have not one but a few announcements to make this morning that will ensure reproductive health care in New Jersey is more accessible and more affordable than ever before. And this has been a top priority for our administration since day one. Over the past 6 years, we have made historic progress in protecting and expanding reproductive freedoms, from enshrining the fundamental right to abortion into New Jersey law with the Freedom of Reproductive Choice Act, to restoring and increasing funding for family planning after 8 years of draconian cuts under the previous administration. More on that in a moment. Unfortunately, the other side is making some unfortunate news about that again this week. But for folks at home who are busy with the daily responsibilities of life, it may be challenging to keep track of all the progress we have made. And it is important that everybody knows about the resources they have at their disposal when it comes to family planning or reproductive health care in New Jersey. So today, our administration is taking an important step to ensure every New Jerseyan knows exactly how they can access this essential health care. In a few moments, I will sign a bill into law that will create a new online reproductive health information hub. This hub will provide a comprehensive overview of the reproductive rights that you are entitled to here in the Garden State. It will provide clarity on your coverage options when it comes to receiving reproductive care. And crucially, this new hub will help connect you with healthcare providers throughout the state. Whether you need an abortion, a cancer screening, birth control, or any other form of reproductive health care. The point is, this reproductive health care hub will be a resource for everyone. And I am thrilled to say that it will literally be up and running in just a few moments right after I put my pen to paper. So I encourage everyone, not quite yet, Joe, but everyone to check out this new hub for themselves at nj.gov/reproductive health. That's nj.gov/reproductive health. I'd like to thank all of the aforementioned sponsors, including those with us today, especially Nellie and Shavonda, who are with us, for sponsoring the legislation that made this new reproductive hub possible. With all due respect to any good ideas I have or our administration has, and I hope we have some from time to time, you need legislation that gets to my desk to be signed as it will be today. And again, I thank Nellie and Shavonda in particular who are here, and the other sponsors that Christine referred to who are here with us in spirit. At a moment when far-right extremists across the country are waging war on reproductive freedoms, it has never been more important for our citizens to be armed with the facts and resources they need to make informed decisions about their health and their future. We are just a week out from Halloween, but even during the season of ghosts and ghouls, there is still nothing scarier than the Republican Party's anti-choice agenda. I mean, there are Republican lawmakers, even here in Jersey, who truly think that they know better than women and their doctors. And by the way, don't take my word for this. Look this up, please. I encourage you to look this up. I'm not speculating. Just a few days ago, Senate Minority Leader Tony Bucco said that if Republicans call the shots in Trenton, they would cut funding for reproductive care and restrict access to abortion. I did not say that. He said it. He wants to bring us back to the days of the Christie administration, when funding for Planned Parenthood was gutted to zero for 8 straight years. And worse yet, the most extreme of these Republicans want to ban abortion in every instance, even in the case of rape or incest. Tammy and I have a friend who calls this, and I quote it because unfortunately this captures it, government-regulated pregnancy. It is shameful. So let me repeat. Kate, is that you? Kate McDonald's here from the Attorney General's office. Nice to see you. So let me repeat the words I said just 2 weeks ago in our state capitol. The Republican anti-choice agenda is dead on arrival in New Jersey. While leaders in states like Florida and Arkansas are trying to move our country backward, New Jersey will stand firm in protecting reproductive freedoms. So in that spirit, we have a few more announcements to share this morning. I'm proud to report that we are moving forward on a number of important initiatives to strengthen and expand access to reproductive health care here in the Garden State. And again, I want to thank all of our legislative partners for funding every single one of these priorities in this year's budget. Again, Joe, Lisa, and Chris in the 38th District have been extraordinary on this front and on so many other fronts. So first, for the second year in a row, we'll be providing millions of dollars in grants and forgivable loans to family planning clinics throughout New Jersey, including affiliates of Planned Parenthood and Live Well Healthcare. This funding will help ensure that our reproductive health facilities can continue providing the best possible care. It will enable these facilities to renovate their examination rooms and purchase new medical equipment, such as ultrasound machines. And this funding will also help increase care capacity, so our medical professionals can continue meeting the rising demand for abortion care we have seen in the wake of last year's Dobbs decision. Second, on the note of navigating our post-Dobbs reality, this year's budget also provided roughly $5 million for security upgrades for reproductive health care facilities throughout New Jersey. Sadly, we know that abortion providers across the country have faced a sharp increase in violent threats over the past year. So this new funding allocated by Lori and her team through the Office of Homeland Security and Preparedness will help protect the safety and well-being of both abortion providers as well as their patients. Third, today, we're also announcing a new $5 million investment into growing New Jersey's reproductive health care workforce. This funding will build upon the efforts led by the Office of the Attorney General and Rutgers University to create the New Jersey Reproductive Training and Education Initiative. With it, our goal is to recruit and train a new generation of reproductive health care professionals in the years to come. And finally, our last announcement for this morning, with the help of the Department of Human Services, thank you, Sarah, New Jersey has reaffirmed our commitment to ensuring low-income families have access to reproductive health care services. As of this month, thanks to another $10 million included in this year's budget, we have successfully increased Medicaid payment rates for reproductive health care. This investment is vitally important because nobody should be denied essential health care because it costs too much money. Frankly, that is an injustice, and I speak for everybody here today in saying a woman's right to bodily autonomy is as fundamental as it gets. There is nothing that should ever stand in the way of that right, not cost, not distance, and certainly not misguided politicians who are beholden to an extremist agenda. Again, don't take my word for that. That's not speculation. They're actually saying it themselves. So here in New Jersey, I give you my word, we are not backing down. We're going to continue to do everything we possibly can to establish New Jersey as the single best state to raise a family, if and when you are ready to do so. With that, I would like to bring up my rockin' partner in government who held the fort down while we were traveling around Asia for the past week, Lieutenant Governor Tahisha Way.
Thanks, Gov. And I tell you, I'm going to be sincere, brief, and then I'm going to take my seat again. Good morning. Isn't it beautiful here? And let me begin by thanking our great governor, Phil Murphy, our First Lady, and of course, the legislative champions for their leadership on this issue in New Jersey and beyond. Today, we underscore to New Jerseyans that when it comes to your reproductive health, it should be easy, affordable, and efficient to get access to this care. And with the launch of nj.gov/reproductive health, accessing the essential health care will be easier than ever. Wow, my friends, this truly strikes close to home because I'm reminded when we launched the state voter portal, vote.nj.gov, a site we created to counter misinformation and empower our electorate with comprehensive, easy to understand information about voting. And for those who do not know, I'm known to throw some PSAs out there, and here is a quick one. In-person early voting starts this Saturday. I am done. Now, similar to our election portal, this reproductive health site will be a central hub providing folk with information and resources. As the Gov noted, since well before the unthinkable Dobbs decision in 2022, we in New Jersey understood that the right to reproductive care was under attack. We believe that women and families have the right to seek the medical care they need without interference. We are making certain this generation, my daughter's generation, has it better than the generations before when it comes to the right to reproductive care, whether it is finding the right health care provider, getting a prescription, or making personal decisions about our bodies. Women shouldn't have to jump through hoops or break the bank to get the health care they need. These policies will tell women that in New Jersey, we trust you. So, we aren't just meeting this moment. We are preparing for a future where our state continues to lead in supporting women and individuals to make their own informed health care decisions. So thank you to everyone for showing up today and every day for the women of New Jersey. Onward and back to you, Gov. Murphy.
I just said to Tahisha, that was awesome, and the Giants won. Thank you, Tahisha, and thank you for being an extraordinary partner, as I said, leading so well always, but last week in particular when we weren't around to help you. So thank you. Please help me welcome my best friend, the First Lady of the great state of New Jersey, Tammy Murphy.
Good morning. As Phil shared, we just returned from a highly productive trade mission to Japan, Korea, and Taiwan. And while we were there, I had the chance to meet with many women to discuss how we might work together to lift one another up. College students to highly successful business leaders to healthcare providers focused on maternal and infant health. As energizing and eye-opening as it was also a painful reminder that women around the globe face many of the same challenges. Everywhere, regressive lawmakers and activists seek to roll back women's rights or to block progress altogether. But as I stand here today, I'm filled with optimism for our future. Today is a testament to the fact that we have the power to make change, that our rights, our voices, and our bodies matter, and that we are not alone. We are joined by so many across our state, country, and globe who also believe in a woman's fundamental right and autonomy. So I want to really thank our legislative leaders, all of you, for doing all that you have done to bring this bill to Phil's desk. It's really something, and I really appreciate your standing up for all that's right. Our action today will expand access to reproductive health and services to women across New Jersey. Now, when we talk about reproductive health, we often think of abortion, which is a crucial cornerstone. But reproductive health is also about access to contraception, family planning, and, if women decide to start a family, giving birth safely and ensuring that children can grow up healthy. And when we talk about access, it's not just about whether something is legal or not. We have seen in some states where even before Roe v. Wade was overturned, there was just one abortion clinic for the entire state, which meant traveling long distances and even longer wait times for care. So access means making sure our healthcare system has enough facilities that are safe and modern and has the trained staff and resources to provide abortions as well as family planning services and other forms of reproductive care. But access is also a matter of how women find that care. For many, navigating a complicated bureaucracy and understanding their insurance coverage, this can be a barrier to access in itself. That's especially true for young people, non-native English speakers, the undocumented, women of color, and members of the LGBTQIA+ community. So access means empowering people with the right information about how to actually get care. And our new online information hub, along with the steps we are taking today, will address all of that and more. These steps are just the latest in a long line this administration has taken since day one to make reproductive health as accessible and affordable as possible. Not only did we enshrine the fundamental right to abortion into state law, but we also made sure that women have insurance coverage for abortion services. We restored funding to the state's family planning clinics, which help women regardless of their ability to pay. And we expanded access to prenatal and family planning services to undocumented women. And we have been working to make New Jersey the safest, most equitable place in the nation to give birth if and when women choose to do that. Maternal health, rights, and justice do not exist without reproductive health, rights, and justice. Because reproductive justice empowers women to choose whether and when to become mothers, and it ensures access to the care they need wherever they might be in life's journey. That's exactly what we're doing here in New Jersey. Our actions say to all women that there is reason for hope. Your bodies are your futures and yours to decide. And we will never stop fighting for you. Thanks.
Thank you, thank you. Amen to all, as they say. Thank you, Tammy. As they say, it doesn't, legislation just doesn't appear in the air magically. It gets worked on tirelessly. We've got great legislators here today from both chambers. We're going to ask one from each of the chambers to come on up and say a few words. We'll stay right here in the rockin' 38th District. Please help me welcome your great Senator Joe Lagana. Love you, buddy.
Thank you, Governor, Lieutenant Governor, First Lady, my colleagues in the legislature, our commissioners, our mayor, council members here in Glen Rock. This is a wonderful town in District 38. I'm glad that it was chosen to make this announcement. And all the advocates, thank you so much for being here today. The bill will be signed, which will continue to show what a leader New Jersey is in reproductive health care. The dramatic Supreme Court decision in Dobbs' case last year has brought critical questions regarding accessibility and costs of reproductive health care to the forefront. Questions that continue to weigh on the minds of our residents. In a world where we have so much information at our fingertips, finding accurate and dependable resources can be extremely difficult. Providing our residents with the best and most up-to-date information on accessing their healthcare needs can be pivotal in helping our residents weed out misleading and sometimes dangerous information. When it comes to reproductive health care specifically, we in state government are here to let women know you are safe, you're supported, you will not be judged, and you will have the freedom to choose what you do with your body in this state. We will not get in the way of what is best for you and your family. Whether it's finding what birth control method is right for you, accessing preventative care, or finding emergency care, we want to make it as easy as possible for you. The establishment of this statewide website will be of great help for families and residents considering their options going forward. And I'm glad to join Governor Murphy and my colleagues in the legislature as he signs this important legislation into law. I will continue to work tirelessly to protect women's right to choose and to guarantee affordable and accessible reproductive health care for all residents. And just finally, as a father of 3 daughters, I just want to thank all the very accomplished and powerful women in this room who are making their lives better. And, you know, I rest a little easier at night knowing that you're all out there fighting the fight so that when they get older, that they won't have to face some of the issues that women face today. So thank all of you.
Joe, well said, and thank you. And thank you for your leadership on this and on so many other fronts. Let's stay in the 38th, representing her colleagues in the Assembly. I call her New Jersey's Iron Woman. Please help me welcome Assemblywoman Lisa Swain.
Good morning, everyone. It's so wonderful to see so many of our partners here for this bill signing today. It's really exciting. I thank you all for being here. Supporting women's health and reproductive freedom is and has always been so important to me. As we all know, New Jersey has codified the constitutional right to freedom of reproductive choice in New Jersey. And it's a good thing we did. Just months after New Jersey's codification, Roe v. Wade was reversed, turning our country back a half-century. Waking up one day and having fewer rights than we did the day before was a stark realization, one that made my colleagues in the legislature realize we had to get into action and make some changes here in New Jersey. With the full support of Governor Murphy's administration and the legislature, our actions including passing my bill to protect our medical providers and private health care information from other states' harmful laws, securing funding for reproductive health care services provided by clinics and doctors across the state, and enacting bills like this one to make sure residents have every bit of information they need before making decisions that impact their bodies. I am incredibly thankful to live in a state that not only values women's privacy, but takes critical steps like we are taking today to ensure full access to accurate, helpful information to women facing difficult health care decisions. And once again, I want to thank the sponsor, Senator Poe and Assemblywoman Sumter, my good friend in the Assembly. Continuing to make New Jersey safer for women and serving as an example and safe haven for the rest of the country is something I'm proud to be part of. Thank you, Governor Murphy, for bringing attention to this issue and for signing this bill today in Glen Rock, right here in District 38. Thank you.
You know, Lisa makes a point that I haven't made in a while, but I think it's the only time, I'm not a constitutional scholar, Kate or others can correct me, I believe it's the only time in the history of our U.S. Supreme Court where a right was taken away, which is extraordinary, of all rights to be taken away, but any rights, but I suppose, but this one of all. It's extraordinary. Thank you for your leadership and to all your colleagues in both chambers. Last but not least, importantly, the ACLU has been extraordinary on this front and on many other fronts. Please help me welcome their policy director, Sarah Fajardo. Sarah? Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Sarah Fajardo, Policy Director for the ACLU of New Jersey, and I'm grateful and thankful to be here today for the opportunity to stand up alongside Governor Murphy, our legislative champions, advocates, and allies. As many folks have mentioned, we are in an unprecedented moment for our most fundamental rights and freedoms. Over a year ago, with the overturning of Roe, millions of people across the country were stripped of the fundamental right to make decisions about their families, their lives, and their futures. And this overturning has emboldened anti-abortion politicians to go even further. As these devastating attacks on our rights continue to unfold, ensuring that all New Jerseyans have access to accurate information and resources related to reproductive rights and health is paramount. We are so grateful for the leadership of Senator Poe, Assemblywoman Sumter, all of the legislative supporters, and of course the governor for passing and signing this necessary bill and ensuring that this information hub is available to all. We look forward to supporting the implementation of this law and ensuring that these resources are also accessible in a range of languages. Finally, we also look forward to working with our legislative leaders and our partners and New Jerseyans to ensure that the right to reproductive freedom, including abortion, is not just protected, but truly accessible. And we look forward to working together to pass the Reproductive Equity Act this year. Thank you, and we're so glad to be here today. Thank you.
Don't forget this, folks. Sarah, thank you. NJ.gov/reproductive health, NJ.gov/reproductive health, NJ.gov/reproductive health. They say if you say something 3 times, people remember it. Thank you for that. Thanks to everybody, Christine and your council colleagues and this rockin' community, to the commissioners, to the legislators from both the Senate and Assembly, to our great Lieutenant Governor, First Lady, to the members of our administration, and to all the advocates who are here today, without whom we wouldn't be here today. In addition to remembering the website, remember one other thing that Tahisha alluded to. Elections have consequences. Elections have consequences. I might as well say it a third time. Elections have consequences. And don't take my word for it. Could this happen in New Jersey? It did happen in New Jersey. The last administration zeroed Planned Parenthood for 8 consecutive years. And could it happen again? Yes. The leader in the Senate of the Republican Party has said if they were to get the car keys in Trenton, they would restrict funding and they would restrict abortion access. That is their stated position. We're not making this up. You can vote beginning this Saturday, October 28th, early in-person voting. By the way, if you want to vote by mail, fire away. Early in-person goes till Sunday, November 5th. We then take a day off to get the machines rebooted, and game day is on Tuesday, November 7th. We're going on Saturday. We're going to get out there this Saturday, vote early. Again, thank you all. Let's, as they say in Hollywood, it's a wrap. Let's get this thing signed. Come on down. Okay, first we'll do the money shot, though I can't see a damn thing. Hey, Rebecca. Okay. This is Senate Bill number 3275. The synopsis is requires establishment of new state website with information on rights related to and health benefits coverage for reproductive health care services. Sponsored in the Senate by the aforementioned, right to my left, Nellie Poe, Senator and Senate President Nick Scutari. I want to give him a shout out in absentia. And then in the Assembly, two to my left, Assemblywoman Shavonda Sumter, Assemblywoman Verlina Reynolds-Jackson, Assemblywoman Myla Jacey, who I know wanted to be here but could not, and co-sponsored by Senators Ruiz Singleton and Assemblywoman Spite Swain, Lisa Swain, three to my left, and McKnight. This is a big deal, folks. Okay, we got a long list here, deservedly. Let's hear it for the great governor of this great community of Glen Rock. Christine, where are you? The great Lieutenant Governor of the great state of New Jersey, Tahisha Way. Senator Nellie Poe. From the rocking 35th, joined by her mate. Please help me acknowledge Assemblywoman Shavonda Sumter. Also. We heard from him. It's his home district from the 38th. Senator Joe Lagana. Joe. We also heard from her, New Jersey's Iron Woman, Assemblywoman Lisa Swain. This is true. Lisa is number 5 in the world. And the only thing I'm having trouble with in what, though?
Well, in the standard distance triathlon, the Olympic distance.
Did you hear that? Number 5 in the world. Wow. Tammy finished at distance 6th. That's that time. This is from Myla Jacey. Will you make sure Myla gets it? Thank you so much. I guess she wanted to be here and couldn't be. Mary, is Mary here? Mary, we'll get the. Can you get it to Myla? We can trust you with this, right? We didn't hear from him, but he is an equally and vitally important member of the 38th Legislative District team. Let's hear it for Assemblyman Chris Tully. Chris? Can't skip this one. First Lady Tammy Murphy. 24th? Yes. From our administration, Commissioner Sarah Edelman, New Jersey Department of Human Services. Also from our administration, the Director of the New Jersey Office of Homeland Security and Preparedness, Laurie Duran. Acting Commissioner of the Department of Banking and Insurance, Justin Zimmerman. And we heard from her a few minutes ago, the Policy Director for the American Civil Liberties Union of New Jersey, Sarah Fajardo. Sarah? So I hope that my technology team will not dispute this, but nj.gov/reproductive health, effective this moment, is up and running. Team shot, you good? Christine? Good. We good? Thank you. Don't lose that.